Hey everybody, welcome back to Lamson Family Farms. Today I am going to start prepping the cows' winter space. So they will be living here, hopefully most of the winter, in the machinery shed. I am planning on making this half of the shed their living space, and then we have this pile of hay, so they will be eating that hopefully through. Most likely through. That probably won't last them all winter. So what I'm planning on doing today is let me flip you around. Okay, so I am planning on putting the wall that divides the halves exactly in this middle bit. It's a little frustrating to me that there's not a beam behind in the back wall that matches that same way, but because there are two support beams back there, I will have to find the middle between those 2 points. So that point and then that beam behind the hay. So you can see I have the hay stacked too far over to the right. So my project today is to move the hay, stack it more in the front here, so that I have room to dig my holes for the divider here. So what I'm planning on doing for the divider in this space is, yes, I want the cows in here right now, but I want to leave myself options in the future. So what I'm currently planning on doing is so there is not a concrete floor under this. It's just an earthen floor. So what I will probably do is I'm thinking, I'll have to measure it out, but I'm thinking either 2 posts or it might end up being 4 posts or 3 posts. But I want there to be a gate in the middle of that wall so that if I want to have that space open have the whole space open for animals, I can just open a gate and then it will be available to anything. And so I'm not terribly worried about blocking myself out from machinery by putting in a middle wall because each side is about 20 feet. So there's plenty of room to still back something in without needing to go through the middle. So I don't think a middle wall is going to ruin anything for me. In fact, I think it's going to be pretty helpful. So I today will be moving the hay to the side, and then if I have enough time, I will be stringing a line from the front to the back so I can at least mark out where the posts will be. So after I do get that middle wall put in, I guess I should back up a little bit. So I'm planning on using a gate that I already have. I'm probably going to use I think it is a 10-foot metal gate, and it's got essentially hog wire or like a hog panel on it so that smaller animals can't get through. So what I will do for this middle barrier is I'm going to put in wooden posts as the wall, but I will make the wall I will make it so that the wall has cattle panels, and so it'll be good for goats, sheep, pretty much anything that I want to go in here it'll work for. So then in the future, after I do that middle part, what I'm going to do for these sides is I will just attach gates to the front so that I can still open gates and be able to put machinery in here. I could close gates to put animals in here. It'll just leave me a lot of options. So I have not actually measured and decided which gates I'm going to be using for the front yet. I'm hoping I have enough gates. I might need to borrow against other projects to make that happen, or I'll need to go buy gates. So, and I also haven't decided this year. I think I will definitely need to gate off the front because I'll have the hay in here and I don't want the cows just coming in there to eat the hay. I'm going to be putting hay over into the side that they're living in for them to eat. So I definitely will need to put gates on this side. I could do that this winter and then worry about gates for this side later on. I'll just have to see how it goes, but that's what I'm currently planning on doing. So in future, I could also, if I wanted like our male goats on this side, I could just put them in there, and then I could have cows on this side with the gates open if I wanted them to use the yard that will be attached to this area. So it just leaves me with potential, like in the future I could back my trailer in there and gate it off and then still have animals in here and not have to worry about them getting by the trailer. Or, it could be a tractor in the future, you name it. It could be anything. So I'm just trying to leave myself with as many options as possible. And So we had decided to stack hay on this side because this is our more windward side. So generally the wind on this property goes this way. And so we're doing hay on this side to act as a little bit of an insulation for the cows, which is one of the reasons why I'm not terribly worried about them being in here in the winter, is because they will be pretty well insulated. You can see I've got leftover hay from where we had round bales piled last year, or this year, actually, last year through this year. And so I'm planning on keeping all of that down there, and I'm just going to spread it so they have nice deep bedding, and then they'll have this hay wall. And then it's a 3-sided machinery shed, so they've got plenty of wind cover. So I'm not really worried about that. I do tend to baby them quite a bit because they are my dairy cows. There goes Winifred. And so I do tend to baby them. I am still going to make a space for them in the barn at the tie stalls in the middle of the barn for when the weather gets really bad, or if we have like, really heavy snowfall, or if it's especially cold and windy and wet, I might still move them in the barn. But I'm hoping that they can stick it out for most of the winter out here. I think this will be a really nice space for them, and it will make it so I have a lot less cleaning to do. So that's what I'm going to be working on today. You can see I've got the cats with me. I'm going to just put you guys on a time lapse right now while I stack this hay up. So I'm going to get going. All right, here we go. Okay, so I got the hay moved. That went pretty smoothly. It only took me about half an hour. And so what I'm doing next is putting a string where the middle barrier will be. So I was able to measure the space between the two beams over there, and I got the middle marker, but now I'm going to need the measuring tape to measure out where the gate will go, and I need to actually go check the gate to make sure it is a 10 foot. Last year when we got here, I bought a bunch of, I think they're Tartar brand metal gates. I forget exactly. It's got I think they're called the mesh wire gates. So it's not just like these bar gates over here. It has it's smaller than cattle panel size, but it's so that you can have small livestock and have them not get through the gates. Anyway, I have a bunch of different sizes of those. I think the one I'm going to repurpose for this is the one that I had in the boy goat area that I just moved them out of. I'm pretty sure it's a 10-foot gate, which will be more than enough for what I need. So I'm planning on just using that. And now that I'm thinking about it, because I was going to do maybe 8 foot, roughly 8 foot middle, 10-foot gate, 8-foot side. But now that I'm thinking about it, I will need to leave at least one of those sides as 10 foot, because when I swing it open, I don't want it hanging 2 foot out the front or hitting the back by 2 foot. So I will need to measure appropriately for that. So I'm going to go. I tried to do as much out here tonight as I could before going into the barn, because it is 6 o'clock now, which is generally close enough to when I do evening chores that if I go in there for anything, everyone will start screaming at me to be fed. So I do need to get in the barn though to get my measuring tape, and so I think I'm just going to take a little intermission and get some chores done, get everybody fed, and then come back out here and do this. So I'm trying my best to come out and do these projects while I've got daylight now, and so I really only have about 45 minutes, if that, of good light. This machinery shed is not powered, so I have no electricity out here. And so once it gets dark, I'm really done working on this in the daytime. So I could go get my measuring tape and start doing chores, or I guess I could go find something else to do for 40-ish minutes and just be done with this today. Choices. While she's running over here, I should probably just catch her. She can be a little fussy to catch around evening time when she knows she's getting put up. Hi. Hi. Oh, you're a big kitty. Hello. Hey, what you doing? Are you ready to go inside? You ready to go inside? So, they have their heated, no. They have their heated cat beds now inside. I guess I'll turn a walkie with her. She's gonna try to run off. They've got their heated cat beds in there now, and we've been turning them on every night. And do you think they're using them? No. They're still hanging out in the hay. And I don't want to put the heated cat's beds in the hay. I feel like that's just asking for fire, even though I know that they don't warm up that fast, but I still don't want to risk it. So I'm just going to put her up, and everybody's going to start screaming at me once I open this door. Hi, Poe. Okay, there you go. Okay. Yep, there it is. Okay, so I know I've got Onslow. Well, that looks pretty. We have been getting some really good light these last few days in the evening, and with how the fall foliage is, it's been really nice. So the camera's not going to do it justice, but I'm just going to flip you around. Okay, so everybody's screaming at me, but I just saw Onslow going down the hill. So look at this, isn't it just so pretty with the evening light hitting it? So let's see. Oh, hi boys. Hello. Hi, Jeddah. Hey, you coming right over today? You looking for apples? Hello. Hi, handsome. Hi, Jeddah. Okay, so I have an Onslow. We will get him put up, and then gonna go feed my horse. Jeddah is back to getting grain. So, and I'm stepping him off dexamethasone because he was acting like he was getting some heaves, and then that's cleared up. So I'm hoping with just the being colder at night, with that little bit of dex, he's adjusted. There you go. Okay, so, and the other thing that I've done in here is the poultry are moved. And so you can see in there, I've got my ducks. So I've just got the 3, and they're going to be in here this winter. It is plenty of space for them. So they've got this whole alley. I am planning on putting some boxes in there, like wooden boxes for them to nest in, just so they have a little spot to get under cover. And then I've got the goats in there. Hi, Annie. So today is also the first day that I could start my horse is pawing at the gate already. So today is the first day I could breed the goats. So hi you guys. I am planning on having goat kids next year after March 10th. So I'm planning on having goat kids after March 10th next year. If I started, it depends on who goes into heat first, but I can start breeding now and be okay to have goat kids after March 10th. I'm aiming for the week of March 19th, because Ray, our cow, is due March 16th. But if someone went into heat now, I will just put them in with the buck instead of waiting until their next heat. Okay, so I got my grain for Jetta. Hi, you guys. They always think it's for them. Okay, so I forgot I actually didn't need to bring out any grain. He still has grain from yesterday. He does pretty well eating his grain, but sometimes he kind of goes off it. Let's see, and the calf is going to need water tonight. So I'm not going to give him his Dex because I'm stepping him off. He had 2 yesterday, so tomorrow he'll get 2. And he's got lots of grain in there. You know, it's so tricky because the horse I'm trying to put weight on, he often just goes off of the grain. And so I have to bribe him with things like beet pulp or alfalfa, or I have to mix it up every now and then because he will not just eat the all stock all the time. Right, Jenna? It's okay, Jetta. Yes, Mary, I know you're starving. So I'm going to give him this bale of hay while I throw some hay down. Just because he gets a little antsy while he knows Jetta is eating, and so, hi Wicket, hi Mary, you're a good boy. It's looking so pretty out here right now. Let me flip you around again. I love that we have that barn view across the road from us. Okay, so I don't have any daylight left, so done working on the machinery shed for today, but got some good work done, and I got chores done, and I got everybody topped up really well, so I'm gonna count that as a win.